podcast will start in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it's my time.
All right.
So you better not
It's my time.
I love it. I do. I love it. But shout out to Doubleheader for letting us use this beautiful bar.
Thanks, my dog.
There's
Appreciate you.
Alex D.
Alex D.
Right here on Belmont in Chicago. Don't know the exact address. It was hard enough getting here with the traffic. It was, dude, I don't like Chicago traffic at all. I texted you on the way here, like fucking 40 minutes to drive 14 miles is absolutely ridiculous.
Like I told you, man, it's gotten worse. Since I've lived in California, the difference between the traffic is California will constantly move. Here, it turns into a parking lot.
Dude,
like
that's-
legit. Like legit.
Dude,
like
yes.
you know damn well in California.
That's bullshit. Because when we're in California, we don't even move.
Dude.
We're sitting there like, and then you're almost hitting each other everywhere you go. Someone's running into somebody almost.
I do a consistent 15.
I'd
10,
rather be
10.
here. I deal with Chicago traffic any day more than that. Any day. That is the worst thing I've ever been through in my life.
Absolutely not.
I won't even drive there.
No, it's not that. It was never standstill today. I'll say that. It was definitely.
That's all it
still
is in
moving.
California.
It's
But
not standstill.
my boy that moved to California says the same thing. He's like, dude, it's always standstill, no matter what time of day, no matter what time of night. It's just a fucking raid.
Maybe I figured it out then because I'm telling you.
So, how was it making this album, and how quick did you make it? Because you just go to, like me being your friend, you're like, I'm going to Cali, and you come back in 4 days, and you're like, there's this album.
Yeah.
It's just, it's
It don't work
beautiful.
like that.
I mean, I'm sure it takes a lot of work at home, but
I mean, so the whole time, it probably took I'd say probably almost a year, and then in the beginning it was really slow, and all the songs in the beginning didn't end up making it, but we hit this one song. I sent it to him. He was like, "Wow, I love that." I sent it to someone else. They're like, "I love that," and I hit this like.
the switch.
We found the style, like we found what type of music we were gonna make for it.
Yeah,
with
so
that one.
I think the song was, which one was it? It was This the One? This the One. So he sent me
telling you,
yeah, so
we
that
were
was the
just
first
talking
one. That
about
was the first one that set it off, and he sent me This the One, and I told him, I was like, look, this whole thing is exactly what we're gonna make an album around. It needs to be pop music. We need to transition from being rappers and, you know, in kind of.
Because we're never really we're not rappers.
We're not.
We just made music and like the verses.
You just make music
are
you
rap.
like.
That's what I
What's
mean.
wrong with
It-
saying you just want to make
Just making music. We're trying to hit all sorts of type shit.
Yeah.
It's just like, so we kind of progressed out of it, and we had a sound. Like that was the first like bottom line right there, is we had a sound with that song. And once you did that, I was like, okay, well, let's make a pop.
Let's
album.
keep going
Let's like a pop album,
from this.
upbeat, fast paced, high BPM, and happy.
And you've been like his producer, manager,
Getting pesos since like 2014.
Yeah.
We did pesos, yeah.
I remember I was talking to our other boy that he's all of our best friends really. Tim.
Wiley.
Wiley.
Shout out to Tim.
Shout
Tim
out
Reaper.
Mm.
He's just a fucking man. But I was talking to everybody. We play COD every night. To the point where you don't even call me by my name anymore. You call me by my Call of Duty name.
Yeah.
You call me by my Call of Duty.
Cheeto, is that
Chino,
why?
that's right. He calls me Chino.
Who the fuck's Cheetah? I know that means something different, but
Everyone calls me. It's just I don't know. Like when we play, I don't know. They say like I'm pretty good, but they say like they just end up calling me by my Call of Duty name, my man. So we were telling a story last night because our boy Kill was on, and he was like, "How did all you guys meet?" And I'm like, "I'm Dave's best friend. I'm married to his cousin." And Tim immediately butts it. He's like, I was his best friend first.
Yeah.
He gets.
well, actually, I met him in math class in like freshman year.
Yeah.
So you boys wanna?
You guys, there's enough of me to go around.
No, I don't, dude.
love
I don't
all
even.
these
I wasn't even. I was just like, I'm just your best friend.
But you know
Tim
what?
definitely
You know
took
what
it.
I tell Tim all the time is that
I love Tim.
I tell him all the time. I'm like, man, when I was going to like Gary and I was by myself, and like it was just me, Ryan, and like it was back then.
When
it
you
was
were
just
getting
me and
started,
Ryan, yeah,
and
it was just me and Ryan,
yeah.
and you know what? And Tim would come with, and me and Ryan would get on stage.
Yeah.
And Tim would be by himself, you know. And but listen, but that was not like the like. It's not like Tim just stood there. Like he was in it.
Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you guys about the contrast between Wiley, Dave, Ryan, and the rest of the crowd and Gary and at shows.
Dude, it's insanity.
Yeah.
I grew up right outside of Gary. I grew up right next to
yeah.
Like
It's just
literally,
Wiley.
I lived in Griffith. Gary is.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no.
The Reaper, he's just.
He's a different guy. He's so funny.
He sticks around.
I said it too.
When nobody else is in the crowd, he's the speck.
He is.
You know, he's the little dot.
I was telling
hey,
Chill
I'm
that
here,
too.
brother.
I'm like, the first time I met Tim and Sweeney, I was like, we were at Bobby McGee's. Stacy was like, my cousin, you know, he does music, he does rap, and I'm thinking like the whole time, I'm like, oh.
Sweeney
rap,
will go to show.
everything like that. Sweeney was there, and
I have been spotted on the stage
I
at Bob
remember,
McGee's dog.
I remember what you were wearing. Dude, you were wearing a red flannel. Well, yours blue today, but you were wearing a red flannel. And now Tim was front and center, fucking singing word for word every lyric. That dude is ride or die. So just to have people around you like that to support you is the shit. It's the best. But that's how we got to talking, and Kill was on there like, well, what if you guys never met? Like, you know how Kill is. But
I stole your shoes.
I feel. Oh yeah, you did. You stole my shoes, and they were way too small.
Way too small.
Way too small. But as back to like album talk, where did you like find that? Because it is different than any of your other songs. Like from John Stockton when you were first like really going. Like, dude, John Stockton. There's so many other like, but your lines are so awesome. Like the one song, I forgot what it was, and you were talking, you were just like, get off all my bad karma like my name was Earl Hickey. Like, it's just, it's so fucking cold.
You came with the
Like-
Nardwuar take.
Like, I love it, bro. I'm a diehard fan of it. I love you, dude. I love you.
He said,
Like,
getting off my big hammer.
like my name was Earl Hickey.
That's from me?
Yeah. You don't remember?
I remember. The only one was like,
Really?
I remember you used to do the mixtape.
You know what's crazy about that is like when all of that stuff, I was on drugs.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of it that like you could say to me and I'll say, damn, who said that?
That's a great line.
This sounds cold.
I mean, there was a point where it got to the point where like I'd like look at stuff, I'd look in my notebook and I'm like, when the fuck did I do that? I'd have no idea. You know, I'd hit a daze.
But you're in a zone.
Oh no, it was a bad zone.
But
Yeah, it wasn't the right zone.
But I will say, like, a lot of people do make great music on drugs.
But that is a good line. Yeah, but,
It's one of the best.
yeah, that was a good line.
It was a great line. Pay off
know
all
I
my
said
bad
that.
karma. Like my
I
name
didn't
was
know
Earl
I
Hickey.
said that.
You did, and it's one that stuck with me. I listen to it all the time because I keep a lot of your old shit. Because you're one of those musicians that where I hear you, I'm just like, God, dude, you're there, dude.
It's natural. It's
It's
fucking
natural. Yeah,
It's natural.
it feels natural. And then with
It
this
is.
new album, you have, like what we were saying before we started, you have this, it's this new tone, and it's there, and it just needs to be like curtain pulled back to the world. That's how I feel. I love and support everything.
I think that was the idea. I think you're 100% right. I think that was the idea when we were going for. When he sent me that shit, that's what I was saying. Like, we now have a lane. Like, this is what we need to do. You just did something different than anything you've ever done. I wouldn't even say it's different in the world of music or anything like that, but it's like he contributed a piece that was different, and it made all the sense in the world, and it just got and it flowed into
chapter for.
It's a different
us,
chapter
yeah.
for us for how to fuck
Like,
it.
it was.
Not to relate like artists or anything, but like, I'm not comparing you to Post Malone, but that dude, he'll bust into music and then he'll go on these interviews and be like, I just want to make music that I like, that I think sounds good. And he goes from straight rap to beer bongs and Bentleys to everything else in between. And now this dude's just doing what he wants. As long as he sounds good, your fans are there. As long as you sound good and stay true to yourself, because that's what's different about your album. You still sound and rap the same, but it's different tone and it sounds so natural. How do you get into that? Like, how do you go from writing something like that John Stockton or Blowing Diesel to this? Like, it's good.
Yeah. All right. So the difference of them, like I said, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but that is literally the difference. Is that
You were on drugs.
on one of them,
You were-
one of them, I was just. I mean, but the reason it is because the comparison of the two people is
Dr. Jekyll,
is
Mr.
crazy
Hyde.
because back then, dude, I was a cannonball. I would do whatever the hell I had to do to get. I just had to get on the stage.
Mhm.
I loved. It was the adrenaline rush. I loved the whole. I remember when I first did it.
Yeah.
When I first made like a song, I showed him. He's like, "This is good," and I was like, "I'll never jump on a stage and do nothing like that." Even when I did it, he would never get up there ever. I would never expect it from
Not a
him.
fucking
But
chance.
I told myself I would never do it either, and the first time I did it, I had such a positive reaction from it, and I got such a high from it
It's a
that
different feeling.
I was like, "This is some." It overwhelmed me. It took everything. Like the first time I made a song, I did it as a joke to make fun of my cousin because I walked into his house and him and his friend were making a song.
What
And
cousin?
my cousin. Yeah.
Long fucking story, dude.
So I went in there and I made a verse, right?
Yeah.
To make fun of him. And when I went home, I remember laying him. I was living in Oak Lawn. I was still in Oak Lawn. I remember I was laying in bed and I was
Blasty,
like,
right?
when I wake up tomorrow, I'm downloading that. I'm downloading because I knew what they were on and everything on the computer. I'm downloading that and I'm gonna make my own song. And that next day, I made like 6 of them.
Yeah.
I spent the whole day down there.
It's a rock band, Mike.
I mean, yeah.
Like from the game Rock Band. Remember that shit?
I hung
Yeah,
a
yeah.
rock band mic from my ceiling. Like
those
and I
new
just
trends. You ever see
held
the new
it,
trends
and
where
I
they
just
said the
held it
fucking...
there, and I just dude, it was the first thing in my life that I was like, that I grabbed and I was 100% sure I was never going to let go of it. You know, I was like, it was the first time I felt like love.
Yeah.
Like when I made something, I was like, holy shit. And then I knew it was shit, you know? I knew it was shit.
Mhm.
Everyone around me told me it was shit. But then when it started to not be shit, people started telling me, wow, that's pretty decent. And then people started mosh pitting at my shows with my boat, you know, me
Yeah,
and
I saw
Ryan.
that.
There'd be mosh pits at me and Ryan's shows and shit. And it was just like, this isn't shit. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not shit anymore. You know, you get better. And it's just, you gotta love it. And that was the difference between those two. The difference between those two albums
Yeah.
is that on one of them, I was completely messed up. You know, that whole part of me. And then I had to stop because there was a point where I had my daughter.
Yeah, you had kids. You had
And I had to grow up. So I couldn't be who I was. So I had to, I had to do something. And then but there was a spot, like he'll even tell you, there was a spot where I couldn't make music because I put it in my head because I was trying to stay sober. Like off of
A spot?
pills, you know?
A spot that was a fucking 8 years difference between the two albums. That's what I mean. There wasn't a spot. There was a fucking.
It was almost.
There was a,
yeah.
it's a generation,
point. Yeah,
bro.
a
There was a
point, yeah.
fucking There
But
was a
that's
8-year
what
period.
it took, you know. I mean, there was because I put it in my head that like
You can't make music.
that
without
person, the person that does that, is not a person you like. Dude.
Yeah.
It's not a person you want your kids to know. It's not a person that you want to be again. So and then it got to a point where I would try to write music. And I couldn't because I put it in my head because I was so concerned about being sober that I put it into my head that you've never made it because I never did. Made a song
It's absolutely a thing, though.
without being on drugs.
No, 100%. It's absolutely a thing. It's 100% a thing.
Yeah.
It's because it's a force of habit. Thank you. It's a force of habit to do them off drugs, but it's also like when you're off drugs, you don't give a fuck about nothing else except what you're doing, bro. So it's like music's in front of you. You made music. You don't sit there and worry about children. You don't sit there and worry about fucking bills or none of that shit. You think about music, and that's where the fucking a lot of focus came from. We were 24 years old when we did Pace. We were fully in real life. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we're doing drugs. Like we're doing drugs and shit like that. And
I
it's
was getting off of drugs on
Yeah.
basis. That's what that whole thing was.
a lot of it
that
was about
like
detox.
right when I stopped doing drugs.
I remember when it came out, getting pesos, amigo.
So like that was like
yeah.
And when I listen to that, I hear it, and I'm like, whoa, like.
It's different.
Because I wasn't happy about it. And you can totally tell through the whole album. Like the whole thing is like, I was doing it, and I was like, I'm being this person because I have to be, not because I want.
It was almost like you were looking in the mirror as one guy, but the mirror image that was staring back was the old you.
Well, you know,
That's the feeling.
Actually, that's the theme of the album because the
That's
last
the
song
theme
of the
album,
the
right?
last
The
song, the
song
last song
is
of
like
the album
he's
is him
talking to
battling
the
with
old-
100.
Okay, I
I'm
was
so
gonna
glad you
say-
picked that up because
I
that is
did.
one that we were fucking. And did you notice that the whole album of that one was it was the mind of a fucking it was the mind of an addict because it starts at a very big high, a bright album,
Yes.
and it goes to fucking misery, and you're talking
To
to
the rock
yourself,
bottom.
talking to yourself, and all that shit.
That's
I'm so
exactly
glad you
what
picked
it
that up
was,
because
too.
that's exactly what we went for.
If you're a
on that
true fan,
I mean-
just listening to songs, like I said, I like listening to songs and like, if they're not rapping about a song, like I've told you in the car last time when we did the last podcast that you were on, when you listen to a song, there's a couple different ways you can, there's people that tell stories and you're like, you listen to it and you're like, wow, that's a good little story. Or it's just like, almost like a tongue in cheek, you're kind of shitting on people, having fun. And I think you find a good medium in this album to do both. Like the one that I told you, this is the one, or this the one. It's a good story. Like everyone can relate to a heartbreak or like getting rid of somebody that you feel like when you like what it says, like you got out of that relationship, you felt 100 years older. Like it brings that much stress. Like it just, man, that song speaks to me, man. I love that song.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
love
I
that
agree with you.
song.
It set the tone for the whole album, and I think you could tell, even though it's like pushed later back in the
that was
album,
the
it's
first
like
one.
that was the first.
Because it's not the first one in the
Yeah,
album,
that was the
obviously.
first-
No, it's pushed way back
it's
there.
pushed way
But
back.
there's a reason for that, though. Like,
No, there's a method to the madness,
Yeah, exactly.
always.
Exactly.
But it was so good. I find myself putting that one on repeat the most, and it's my
Really?
really, and,
Really?
I listened probably 90% of the ride here. It took me forever to fucking get here.
That's your favorite one?
But I put that on repeat more than any other song in the
See,
entire.
Let me transition
I
here
like
because
Ruin
Ruin
My
My Life was so this the one was our favorite
Yeah.
until that one came around. So Ruin My Life came around. When Ruin My Life came around, we both kind of had a moment where
Ruin
this.
My Life.
It's like this one is because he played so well to the music aspect of that one. So every time the beat would switch, he would switch.
Yeah,
he just
dude.
really
We're
played into the fucking.
We're in California when we're recording that.
Yeah.
Buddy, his Instagram, he asked him, do you mind if I go on Instagram Live?
Yeah.
You know, when I'm recording that song, he was feeling it, right? So I come out.
The engineer,
I think I
that
heard
is.
it
I'm sorry. The engineer is.
Yeah, the
what's,
engineer.
Yeah.
The engineer. He's like, can I go live?
M Zounds. Shout out M Zounds, Long Beach, California. Sorry, got it at least.
No, you're-
gotta plug him.
Oh, he's just,
Plug everybody.
M Zounds,
We're
M Zounds,
about
Long Beach,
building
California.
everybody.
he was amazing. He made me sound amazing.
Fantastic engineer.
There was about 15 times I asked him, was that me or was that you? And he was like, that was me.
That was me.
So yeah, he went on live. So he went on live
So
though.
he goes on live, and then I come out, and he's like, it was a good song. And I looked at him, I'm like, man, it's about a stripper.
Heard that. Sure, who wouldn't?
Yeah. So it doesn't take a lot to make something beautiful.
Yeah.
That one became my favorite song, at least after that.
That's
After
my
we did
favorite
that,
song.
but I'm with him. I re-listened today, just kind of get a refresher, and I'm telling you, man, that he's right.
It's the one.
He's right. It's the one.
It's the
It's
same.
the one. That's the
If
one.
I
That's
sent
why it's
that
called
in-
this the one.
If I sent that into a radio station right now, I would almost bet my check on it that it would get radio play. Like if it just got the right exposure.
Yeah, it's
that's
perfect
what it
start
is,
finish.
and that's why I said
That's
leading
that's our
back to like
problem.
10 minutes ago when I said that. It's literally like this album is you on a platter, who you are now. The tone is beautiful. You still kept your identity because you rap or sing essentially the same as you did every other song in your thing. But the tone is different. You're still yourself, but it feels like you're really finding that lane. It really does, and I can't applaud you more for that. I've always told you that. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I think,
you know how I feel about
think,
your album.
But you're
I
right.
texted you when I heard it.
You're right. I think that this is the most comfortable I've ever been, at least.
Yeah.
Making music. So maybe if that's what that means, like if that might be mean, that might be that I have found it. But yeah, this is definitely when I make them now. I understand like, okay, this is where I'm gonna put the bridge. this is where I'm gonna put the hook.
See, so, hang on, let me stop you there. The word bridge wasn't in your vocabulary when we were doing pace. So it's like that's what I'm saying. Like now he's got full
from the beginning,
and that's what you cited earlier
you
was the
see
bridge.
the progress.
Yep.
You
Without a
really
doubt.
do, without a doubt. It's just there. But back to like what we were even talking about before, like kind of getting off. Do you want a Zin?
Yeah, let me hit with Shuggy,
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
Shout out Daddy Wellness,
Yeah,
man. African
dude.
Shuggies. Let's
Did I
go.
hit my vape in there? No.
I imagine. I don't know. I don't think so.
Thank you, big dog.
Chicago's different.
I never do this. So I just stick it like up here.
You just stick it in your lip, and you're gonna feel some peppermint, and it's gonna be delicious.
Thank
Did we
you.
do?
And it's like a couple hours.
So we're good.
Yeah, we're fine. So
Oh, we're chilling
So
here.
we're gonna
It's,
take a break.
possibly.
I don't give a fuck. I got plenty of time.
Yeah, we
I
got
got nothing but time for you.
Yeah, we got all the time in the
I
world.
have a lot of nothing but.
It's just seeing you come into it is just, dude. Like I said, I texted you when I first listened to the whole album, and you're like, "Bro, that means so much." Because I couldn't applaud you more. I couldn't really find where the only words I could say was kind of what I expressed in that text. And I love it. Like I said, I listened to it on the way here, and I find myself always having this the one on repeat. It's my time on repeat. Ruin My Life is always there too. It's right up there.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I could listen to this the one. Like I said, I listened to it the whole right here, dude. And it's just so good. It's beautiful, and it's where
Good.
everybody can relate. Because like what you said too. At the beginning, when like you said you were first getting started and you felt that love, you knew this is what I'm not going to let go, and I'm just try to like kind of pan a little bit is relatability. You see that in the movie Hustle and Flow. The dudes at
Dude, I
literally,
love that movie.
the dudes at literal rock bottom,
Yep.
fucking rock fucking bottom, and he just won't give up because of his love for what he wants to do.
Well, he used to always tell
Right?
me when we were younger, and I'd always just be like, "Man, fuck this shit, but I'm just never gonna work. This is never gonna work." He'd always tell me, "Dude, you're the broke man's Mac Miller."
Yeah.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, he's like Mac Miller
I
saved
love
Porch
Miller.
Life.
I
I do too. Who don't?
It's
Who don't?
alright.
It was so relatable,
It's
and
so sad. Like his story is so sad.
They're all going that way.
that's how it goes. And we were just talking over
Yeah.
here how drugs are like just
Yeah.
unsafe though. Like, don't do drugs. Like,
Yeah.
just don't do fucking drugs.
Like,
all
when
the
you
fun
were
ones are
younger,
gone.
it's
All the fun
different.
ones are gone. Like,
Like,
well,
yeah,
not-
it was
all the
different.
fun, yeah, all the fun's out.
Xanax is fentanyl.
Yeah,
Cocaine,
everything's
fentanyl.
fentanyl.
Fucking anything you like is fentanyl.
It's-
Yeah, fuck heroin, but like,
Did you see the who was it? Just the other day, I was just reading about that. Somebody put fentanyl in some dude's tea at work, and that the one dude drank the whole tea, and the other dude only
I have no idea. I'm taking
sipped
this.
like a sip of the tea. The dude that drank the tea ended up dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked. Was it?
No,
were we
but,
on
I
time
mean-
when we talked about this?
No, I wasn't there.
Dude, I think it was me and Tim maybe. But yeah, the dude that took a sip was like
Oh yeah,
hospitalized.
Tim's invading my friends.
It's making my friends.
How's my hat looking to you? Does it look good? Good.
Looks great. We always look great. We got mullets, bro. We're rocking mullets.
True. Well, we should put on, just so that we're on the podcast, that my mullet.
Oh God, dude. He thinks I'm on some sort of sabotage.
Well,
Like
listen,
I took
he
him
takes
my-
me to a barber.
that I go to.
I'm getting a mullet,
That I
right?
go to.
I come out of the barber with
it's-
a fucking faux hawk. I know what my problem is. This is my problem. I'm an asshole, right? I'm an asshole. I don't have any problem saying something to people.
Dude.
My problem is
It,
when it's with people that I care about, like if they're their people, you can't say nothing to him. So like if it's his barber,
it wasn't, but that wasn't the one that cut my hair. The one that was cutting my hair was sitting at the one across from her. This lady,
and
obviously,
then I tipped
she
this
never
lady
did.
$10. That's
she-
what makes me mad the more.
You could tell she never did
Gave her
like a
$10
mullet before, and she was like, "Yeah, let's do a
$10
mullet." And
to
she
fuck me up. Give me a faux hawk.
She gave
Give me
a
a
straight
faux
up
hawk.
faux hawk.
And I
It
look
was
at
nowhere
he's
near
over
a
here
mullet.
lushing, and I'm over here fucking
Dude, I have a beautiful
growing.
mullet. Like it's,
I'm puting.
I'm straight up. I'm full fat like Pepto Pluma and Theo Von right now.
You look like Dominic Mysterio.
there you go. That's a good mullet. That's a solid mullet.
That's
Solid mullet.
exactly-
So do the Usos. They got solid mullets too.
Usos. I don't watch WWE.
Oh, you're tripping.
I only watch
Bro,
WrestleMania because of him.
love it.
me
I
and
love
my
that shit.
me and my buddies in
Cali.
Cat,
You said they'll fucking.
Whoa, boy.
They're like Bills
my
fans.
boy Thomas.
He said he'll fucking.
No. I got a couple boys from KC. They're
Yeah.
KC fans. That's
Yeah.
what it is. They ain't no Bills
Our
fans.
our buddies.
No, I said they're like Bills fans.
Oh,
when it
like
comes to
Bills. That's sorry.
WrestleMania.
Oh, my buddy
like,
Thomas.
I went to WrestleMania this year.
They'll powerbomb somebody to a team.
My buddy Thomas, man, he throws the coolest wrestling parties.
He's the truth, man.
The coolest wrestling parties. I don't give a fuck if you like wrestling. You go to this Royal Rumble party, you're gonna come out and you're gonna be like, I can't wait until WrestleMania. I'm telling you.
It is a good time.
We
How
gotta
I
get
went
Cali.
in, bro. I used to
You go
watch.
out,
I gotta come out.
Dude, I got a two-bedroom. You're welcome, man. Your family
I
at this point. So,
loved
like,
it
come
when
on.
I was younger, right? I went there. My daughter kind of started getting into it, so like I was kind of into it, but then I seen Thomas and I was like, oh my god, like, and then the way he started, when you watch it with him, you're like, bro, I fucking love this thing. Like, I love
Wrestling's
it. Like,
cool,
I
man.
can't- It's cool.
It's very
bro.
easy
You
to
say,
watch.
Like, I don't watch wrestling. Well, you know what?
You're missing out.
You're lame, bro.
You're missing out.
I watched some of it.
It's wildly entertaining.
I'm not saying
It is
No,
fucking
here.
nuts.
You gotta watch the Royal Rumble. You gotta watch WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Other
you
than
don't
that, it
gotta
doesn't
watch,
matter.
like-
It doesn't matter.
We're not talking about watching.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
We're
no, I'm not
watching
in.
stuff. Like
Yeah, because
I'll keep on
But-
highlighting shit, but it's like
if my buddies are sitting in a house and they're about to order, I don't give a fuck if it's SummerSlam. If we're watching SummerSlam together, we're gonna drink some booze and watch some SummerSlam.
Yes.
I'm there, bro, because you're gonna sit there. You're gonna be like, oh,
people are getting slammed through tables and
These
shit
dudes are
on
nuts.
ladders.
They're nuts. They're
wildly
flipping
entertaining.
And
I gotta take a pee break, bro.
Good.
let's do it. Boom.
Another one to you.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
got them both
Yeah,
at
it
the same
looks
time?
fresh.
He said, "Fucking fuck me
Christ.
up."
I wish I could just tell the tattoo artist that, like,
Yeah.
fill me in.
Big baller moves, dog. Big baller moves, dog.
Fill
Fill
me
me
in.
up.
Jesus.
Fill me up.
Full section.
Yeah, fill me in. Dude, I'll do a fucking vlog of me getting tatted. We're getting matching Call of Duty tattoo. I'm good on that in a minute.
We will.
Alright, hello.
But, so, like, speaking of, like, WWE and shit, I got you into more, like, UFC, right? Like, you watched it before me, but,
Yeah,
like,
I watch
we watch
it, but I
it.
don't watch it every week.
But
until
we watch
you
it,
start
like,
watching- we
fucking
watch it every
religiously
week
now.
Yeah, I watch it every
What's
week.
your predictions for tonight's fight? Do you think Volk's gonna do it?
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
course.
I just think
You
Volk's.
know what the problem is? That kid might have had a chance. He might have had a chance until you start. When you have like Volk like coming dressing up like an old man.
Yeah.
That means that you pissed him off. You know,
Yeah.
that means you pissed him off. So
I think he crumbled at the presser.
who?
Ilya Taporia,
Oh yeah.
the dude who he's playing, like he thought it was gonna be this, and it wasn't that. Like he got there, and the lights got on him. He saw Volk in person, just like the other dudes, and they're like, even the fighters that fought Volk before were like, dude.
I get
the
scared
guy
of
you're
him,
fighting-
and I'm just watching him on the TV.
Yeah, dude, he's so. People forget how fast he is.
Yeah.
Like he's wicked fast, and his feints are like.
This is going to
second
be
to
a
none.
good year.
These next 3 months are
Yeah,
going to be the
next
best
3 months are
UFC
gonna,
cards
at least
has
for us.
ever put out. Yeah, for us for sure.
For
because as you know, I hate Sean O'Malley. You love
Why?
Sean O'Malley.
Why?
Because he's the GOAT.
He's not the.
You're one of those?
Yeah, he's one of
I
those.
hate Tom Brady too.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
like
he
Tom
does.
Brady. I'm a Colts fan, but I love Tom Brady. Let's not.
Oh, Colts,
let's not be
Indiana,
silly.
Indiana. Okay.
Let's not be. Let's not be.
Don't say it's okay, because remember, when
off.
we were brokenhearted, he was celebrating.
I was.
I wasn't brokenhearted, but
He's
I
from
was
Indiana.
sad.
He's from
I was
Indiana.
sad.
That's,
But-
that's all I'll say. That's all I'll. That's not bad.
But
that's
Sean,
all I'll say.
but Sean O'Malley, I feel like he was the UFC. He built himself, but the UFC built him too. Like they could have given him different
fighters
fights.
is Patty Piblet,
Yeah,
and that's
they're slowly building him
So
too, just like
they
Sean
are building
O'Malley.
his shit out of him. That has been.
so wait. So
Okay.
did he win the last fight?
The last
Or
fight
not
against
the
Tony
last one, not
Ferguson.
Ferguson, but the one before that.
In my honest professional opinion, we've talked about
Yeah,
this.
but
We
let
both,
me know.
I said no.
All right.
No, he didn't win
so
against
then
Jared
don't-
Gordon.
So then, if you're gonna talk about Sean,
The only
Don't
difference
say-
between
don't bring
Sean and
that- no, but
Patty
don't
is Sean's done everything convincingly. I'll give it that.
Done
I'm not a
that.
hater.
That execution.
I'm not a hater.
Who was that doing?
I'm not a hater.
Who was that
I'm not-
doing?
I give Sean credit.
no, you don't.
Oh
He
my
gives it to
God.
him after he proves
Doesn't sound
him
like
wrong.
it. Doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like it.
Cheeto is gonna fucking kill that
See?
dude again.
You see?
Watch.
It's every time.
Cheeto's
Someone's
gonna
be like, listen.
Cheeto Vera.
He
calling it right now.
When
UFC
he fights
299.
I'll say, yeah, I'll say, until the next fight.
UFC 299.
Until the next fight, he's
Cheeto Vera is gonna knock out Sean O'Malley.
on wax.
On opposite day.
Opposite day.
I'm gonna wear my shirt that day. I'll be at his house. So,
Well, when he got champ, I had to buy you that shirt. You're his biggest fan. You're the biggest fan I've ever known of Sean
I
O'Malley.
love the kid.
He
Yeah,
loves it
dude.
so much. I got
we
him
were,
the
I was in
champion
Cali.
shirt.
Well, you were there.
Yeah.
Or you were. I was on FaceTime.
You made me
But I
screenshot.
told
We
him
were at my house.
we
We were at
made
my house for
money.
that fight.
We made money.
Yeah.
I woke up that morning.
He was making the album.
Dude, I
Well,
woke.
yeah, this is during the album. Yeah, he was at my
I
house.
woke up that morning completely hungover, right? The morning after, right? Completely hungover. I had no idea. Dude, we stayed in the whole day. We stayed in. We ordered food.
Yeah,
No, we went
yeah,
got-
I think
we
we're done with the
got
album.
California
Because it's
burrito,
Saturday, yeah.
Which
Yeah,
if you've never
we're done.
had one, is the best thing in the world. If you're not from California, it's the best thing in the world.
Tacos?
It's just a cheeseburger and a burrito.
Not even close. It's fucking. It's carne cheese. California burrito.
California burrito.
Carne. It's
What's a
bro,
California
dog,
burrito?
dog,
Tell
what?
the producer.
All right, so it's carne. It's French fries. It's fucking cheese and sour cream, and that's it.
And
That's
it'll
it.
fucking blow your light off.
Blow your light off.
I'm with him. I'm back there.
Hey, is
Lights
this-
out.
This is your
Lights
light.
out.
God,
Extinguished.
stop it.
Yes. No.
Stop playing around.
Wonderful. Go get a California.
It's one of the most, and especially if you're hungover, which
We went out to eat like 2 weeks ago, and you're like, I can't have any sort of sandwich without slaw on it because everybody in California has slaw
well,
on it.
chicken sandwiches
Dog.
get
Dog, here's the best food city without a doubt. California's criminally underrated because they come with wild shit like
I'm a stoner, so
Well, it's
stoner food.
Well, it's just a bunch of stoner food.
It says all it is.
Like,
Sure.
like I don't know.
coleslaw and a chicken sandwich is like
Up here, the biggest stoner food
most-
is like the McGann.
Yeah,
no, it's not.
What?
You
You
know
ordered
what
those?
it is?
We call
A
those.
McGann
We used to call those Jose specials. You throw buffalo sauce in the middle of a big chicken and a big double,
And
and a
they're-
sandwich.
no,
and a big
no,
She said it's horrible.
That's horrible.
Chicken sandwich and coleslaw.
It's normal.
He said horrible.
No, that's normal.
Normal.
Oh,
No way.
I'm
I had it for
disagree.
the first time
You
2
heard
weeks
that
ago.
before?
Hell yeah.
I'm
Hell yeah.
32
Everywhere.
years old.
Everywhere.
I put coleslaw on
That's
that.
the
Neither
Nashville.
do I.
That's a Nashville chicken
I don't
sandwich.
even like. No, it was like called the Hawaiian.
Oh, maybe.
What, you remember what I ordered? It was like a grand Hawaiian chicken sandwich, and it had like Hawaiian slaw with chicken, some other shit.
You know what you guys need for your podcast? You need that guy. You know how like Joe Rogan has Jamie.
Pull it up.
he is
pull
my.
that up.
He is Jamie.
Hey, pull up the coleslaw.
He does it all.
It's
What
an-
else? What
pull up the
he
does it
coleslaw
all.
thing. Where's
What
the
more do you want this man
originator
to
from?
do? He's already worked the cameras, the
Oh,
sounds.
you
the
do got a Jamie.
He is
Dude,
Jamie.
You want to know what he's better than
Dude.
Jamie than? This guy. I told him he was like, well, you know, I want to talk to him. I go, listen, MTN is just an artsy dude.
He
bro.
is. He's
just
the
an
best.
artsy.
Props to
dude,
the
bro.
producer, Etienne. The dude is.
Always
he's-
shout out to
You're
the
the best, dude. You're the best.
AKA just a bad
we wouldn't-
motherfucker, dude. Just a bad motherfucker.
Without him and me coming with the like, I proposed the idea like the podcast. He knew I was into podcasting as far as that goes, and he always told me like when we would be at parties, I threw parties at my house every time I had a birthday party, and he would tell me all the time like, bro, you can talk like a motherfucker, and he was like, you should get paid to make people laugh because you can genuinely make people laugh.
So he's also good
And-
at lying. Is what he said.
Dude, you think I'm that bad? I can't.
That's the trait. That's
I make
part
you-
of the trait,
Dude,
dog.
I make this dude laugh 24/7. Don't
I'm
bullshit
joking,
me.
joking.
But we talk every day on Call of Duty. He's being bashful. I make this dude laugh all the time. Like, but what Etienne told me was like, dude, you should get paid for fucking making people laugh or talking. And it just sat with me. I did this like little podcast where it was like by myself for a while. And then a couple years like down the road, I don't know what it was. It was, I mean, essentially it was you. I heard, you know, I see you doing music and you just do it because you like to do it at this point, and you want to be something that you are something now, and you want to be something more. So I figured, why not me just do something and see if it, in either way, I have nothing to hang my head on because I'm doing something I like.
Dude, and you know what?
So I do it to kind of break into like podcasting, and I've told Dave this too, like in privacy. I've said it on a couple other podcasts. I like kind of want to do like open mic, like stand up, like just to.
Yeah,
I
I
have
told you.
bits written, and
Why
he
not?
says the first time I said it to him, he's like, "Let me know when, because I want to be there."
I'll be there.
He truly support, and it goes both ways. You got to have people around you that give that love and support.
And I believe. And I believe.
Yeah, and belief.
The belief's more important
That
than
is
support. I
exactly-
think belief's more important than support because
I don't care. You can come to no show. I don't care if you've ever been to any of my shows, but if you ever like heard something and was like, "Wow, dude, that just," you could tell from people that are just there because they love you, and then people that are like, "Holy fuck."
They believe in
This is something that like, and that I mean,
Because it's
look,
hard-
You know what's crazy about him? This guy's he's a lunatic.
Yeah.
I mean, he spends. I mean, dude, this I tell him it too. I'm not lying. Thousands of dollars just making a product because he truly believes in it.
Yeah.
You know,
it's more than believing it. I do believe it. I enjoy it, truthfully. But it's like I 100% do believe in it.
Your heart's
my heart is there. And what you said, I agree completely. It's more about belief than showing up because you can't expect the people to show up for you because they're the ones who grew with you. They're the ones who made you into the product that they enjoy and that they believe in.
100%.
Because you ain't nothing without so for example, it was a 8-year gap between our albums.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people involved between that 8 years to make this new product that's out there now.
yeah. I mean,
You know?
truthfully, everybody that was involved in the last ones have nothing to do with this one. This one is.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I mean, you
I
don't
know what
know
it
as
comes
much
down. It's
inside,
like
but
there was a tornado in my life. There was a tornado in my life, and like when it came down to like at least the music aspect of it, the one that dropped out with me was him. You know, he's the one that stayed with. Like when I was before I made music, when I made my first song, to when I started making music, to when I started taking it serious, then when I got. When we went on tour, when I was on drugs, when I took the whole time. I mean, there was never one time when I was like not making music that he was like, "You need to make music."
yeah.
It's a rock, man. I came from skateboarding before music,
You know,
so I know what that love
told
is
him-
for the passion of just doing it.
I sent him it once. I just sent him like a shitty ass song on from Rock Band or whatever the hell it was. What was that? What is it? BandLab. It's a beautiful app. Go download it.
No,
Go download
Audacity. I
Bandlab.
thought.
No, BandLab.
BandLab? Oh, now.
So the before song. So
Yeah.
like before we go to the actual studio, I'll record it on that, and it's an amazing app. But I sent him that, and he was like, "Dude, if you're gonna do that again, we should get into that. You know, we should do this."
Yeah.
And then
The rest was history type shit. Like that's how that
we
works.
started
But
making.
Well, so he doesn't get jealous either, but Tim was there from the beginning, right?
Not from the music thing.
Really?
like I
Tim
said, man,
was
I met this motherfucker freshman year of high school.
The first time I met him, I was going to we were going to a show, and so the guy that I was making music with, Ryan.
Shout out Ryan,
my brother.
Shout out. Hold your head, Ryan.
Honestly, he's one of the reasons. Like, he's one of the things that he could have said. Like, if I would have listened to him when I was fucked up,
Yeah.
I would have listened to him. Things would have probably been a lot better for everybody. Like, because he was the one that was telling me, "Hey, dude, you have a problem," and I was like, "You're a fucking hater."
You're a fucking hater.
And then I got off drugs, and then like I was like, "Hey, bro,
Maybe I did have
thanks."
a problem.
No, I was like, "Thanks." It's like, "Fuck you, bro." You know?
Maybe.
But like that whole thing, like it just all went to.
Yeah, that was an ugly ending. That was an ugly ending. That's a different story,
It
different
was a
time.
dark,
type shit.
dark road.
It did, but what it bred out of it was pesos. Like that's what happened. Out of all that
Yeah.
shit, it bred pesos.
Yeah.
Because at that time I was trying to rap and shit like that. And I just knew it wasn't for me. Like I just knew it. Every time I'd fucking get on the microphone, I just wasn't confident. I wasn't that guy. I knew I could write and all that shit. So that's what led me to producing. I fucking made a couple samples, and what I always wanted to do is take hella samples of songs that I loved and make it into something new, right? So I gave him a fucking tape of worth of shit, and I go start rapping. And that's it.
If you can do one favor for me in our friendship and in your music, it would be amazing when you took the sample off of Wild and Free and you made that into a fucking real song, because how he started at the beginning of that song.
I have no idea which song.
I don't know.
I don't know what song.
Wild and Free by Wiz Khalifa.
He remixed it?
Yeah,
He remixed it.
For-
The only one I remember is the Mac Miller Spins. It's
Hold
like
on,
one
hold on.
Lamborghini, a
He
mansion.
remixed it for literally like 30 seconds, and then it took off into a whole different beat in a song. But it was so good. I was like, I remember pulling him aside. He was still fucked up, but I remember
this.
pulling him aside.
I don't remember this.
Dude, I can't remember the exact lyrics without sounding like a fool on camera. I could tell you guys off camera, but the beat.
So what? I get drunk.
Yeah. You fucking took that beat and you were just like, you were like filling my. You said like something about filling your cup with some lean, and it was just so fucking.
I fill up my cup.
Yeah, dude, it was just good.
From
Methazine. Yeah, I remember that.
Dude, yes. If you would have made that entire, and I told you that when it happened, I was like, dude, if you can somehow sample that entire beat and keep going on that, but you only did it for like the first 30 seconds of like an intro and it stopped. But I would go back and replay that 30 seconds all the time.
I was
The problem-
I was a bulldozer back then. I'll tell you this, you guys keep bringing up lines, but I'm gonna tell you this.
You're a fucking psychopath.
I was a problem.
You're like,
I was a bulldozer.
You're the
back
machine.
then. Yeah.
You were a machine. But
I'm the captain. Without me, the ship
Captain
don't
of this
roll.
sinking ship right
Yeah,
now, bro.
that was
Fucking
a
man. See you
Yeah,
later.
I'm the captain of the sinking ship.
Yeah.
dude,
Ship's
it was
going
just,
down.
it was like I said, there's so much there's so much good there. So getting back to like when you guys first like started and you were making these beats, Sweeney,
Yeah.
you know, being as, you know, the
producer,
the
jumping in as
manager,
producer,
the
sure.
beats. How did that even go? Like, was that, I mean, that was unknown waters for you.
Yeah, without doubt. So really just what it was I knew I wasn't rapping anymore and I need to contribute some way because I love this shit. I
Yeah.
love this shit just as much as he does. And I knew that we listened to the same music always. So I knew what he liked. I knew where he was going for. I knew all of this shit. And so when Pesos came around, I just had a bunch of samples that I truly enjoyed. And I knew that he would enjoy them too. And I was able to turn them into just beats. And it's not the best production work, but it got the job done to let him speak his shit over these beats. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's really all there was to it.
And you just kept getting, I mean, obviously you get better the more you practice that's like if you go to jiu-jitsu classes 5 days a week, you're going to see some progress.
Yeah,
So you just kept doing it, and now you guys produce this beautiful album on SoundCloud that we were just talking about where I listen to it on repeat. My daughter listens to it on repeat. My daughter is first off, aside from his kids, my daughter is his biggest fucking fan. Like,
Right. How could you not be? How could you not be though? How could you not be?
She carries a sketchbook. She carries a sketchbook and she sketches. And today she was flipping through it and we were driving in the car and I was going to get this mullet touched up.
Hey.
Shout out to Rebecca. But it's I was going to get this mullet touched up and we were listening to your album and she was going real fast through her sketchbook and a page in her sketchbook has like a giant hashtag symbol and across diagonally it has Dae Dae. And she has a bunch of drawings. And that's what prompted me. I was like, hey, you know, Dae Dae sent you that exclusive song. Can I hear it? And you sent her a song about 3 months ago, and you said it's exclusive. No one can listen to it. And she took that like Fort Knox.
Yeah.
If I say, you know, Dae Dae said I can listen to it, she's like, no, he did. If he did, he would have told me. She won't even let me listen to it. She'll put her AirPods in and be like, can you hear it? And I'll be like, no, I can't really hear it. She's like, well, turn the music up in the car so you can't hear through my AirPods. She looks up at this guy so much. Like I said, she has a whole sketchbook page. It says hashtag Dae Dae, and it just, all this stuff. It just, you have more than everybody else believing in you. Everybody else is, it's not just it's believing. And it goes along with what he said. There's a difference between, because I've never really heard that before, but it makes complete sense. There's a difference between support and belief in something that you do or want to happen. Like, and you can feel it in your music.
Yeah, 100%. And I know that. Like, I know that there's people, you know, I know people. But the main thing is, like, with the whole thing about it, it's more just if, like you said, my goddaughter
Yeah.
loves it. If I didn't do anything this next one that we make, it made nothing, nobody did anything with it. The fact that your daughter, my daughter, my kid, him, and him,
Yeah.
you know, the fact that I'm cool.
With just those
This is a good thing about me, but then it's also my flaw because I'm okay with
You're content.
the 8 people that like me. Because,
yeah.
because the 8 people that like me are the only people that I like in the world, you know?
Yeah.
It's like everyone
Yeah, I
else,
feel
I'm
that.
like, if they didn't listen to it and they're like, you know what makes me happy is that when I'm sitting there, my daughter's like, hey, that was pretty dope. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Like if there was like 10,000 people who came up to me and were like, "Hey, bro, that's dope," and I was like, "Oh, thanks, bro." But
Well,
then
for this-
my
it would
daughter-
feel like
but
for this
then my
album-
daughter comes up and is like, "Hey, that's dope." I'm gonna take her opinion
Yeah.
before theirs. You know,
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Damn, what?" You know, because she hates on me more than anybody else.
Yeah, dude, the
You know, so
kids are your
she's telling
biggest
me-
critic, dude.
Yeah, she tells me, she's like, "That was dope." I'm like, "Oh, that shit was hot." You know, like I know.
No, the homie made like a couple edits for him. Even when the studio and shit, he came in, filmed a couple things, and Thomas chopped up a couple edits for him to different songs. And at the end of the day, he doesn't got an Instagram,
Thomas
so we
is
had nothing.
fucking-
We had nothing to produce. We had nothing to like promote it with. And he was like, "I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna show my daughter this, and it's gonna be that. We're gonna be happy.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be happy." And I still haven't seen the clips. This motherfucker just holds them down. Hey, you probably haven't either. Have you seen
I
these
haven't
clips?
seen any clips.
He has 2 30-second edits of
Yeah,
fucking
he
2
will.
different songs and shit like
He
that.
doesn't show
and
me exclusive
doesn't show
stuff,
none,
only
yeah.
my daughter.
But we have nothing to put it on. It's just like, what are we doing? Tell your daughter.
That's
What
what it
are we-
is.
What? I don't got the clips.
But you said during we took
I
like
probably
a
haven't
minor.
seen them either.
we
None
took
of
that-
us have seen them. These are archives.
These are archives. We took a pee break, and you were talking how you're making it. You're in the process of making an album now.
New album, yeah. Yeah,
So,
new album.
Does it have a title?
No, we didn't get that far in.
Well, I mean,
We had 2 rough drafts. We had 2 rough drafts in our
I'm having
channel.
a hard time not clacking on this. There's no way.
I'm not clicking on this.
And Tiana's looked at me like this 3 times already. Dude.
Hey, bro.
You tap on that thing again, I'll jump over.
Oh, motherfucker.
Alright, yo. All right.
Nah, he's a wizard. It's gonna get out.
We got 2 rough drafts. We got 2 rough drafts. We got one
Where's
song
the
with
song?
Tall Doug from the Originals.
Yeah.
That's the one that your daughter's holding exclusive from you.
Yeah.
You can't hear that yet.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's not ready for the
Can't
world.
hear that
Your
one.
daughter and my daughter are literally the only 2 people in the world that have
That's
this fucking song.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
2
And
9-year-olds.
they're both under 10. Yeah.
Yep.
2 9-year-olds
Nobody else has
hold
ever heard
hold your future music
Yeah,
in their
I heard it once. I heard it once
You've
even.
heard it.
I still
My daughter listens to it daily just because she thinks it's funny.
Yeah, she texts me. She's like, "Your friend, he can sing." I'm like, no.
The funniest thing is, it's like so bad. It's 3 iPhones sending it to each other. That song, like, so it's like,
Yeah.
so like I sent the whole rough draft of the actual like blueprint of the beat.
Yeah.
To Tall Doug, and
That's
Doug threw a fucking guitar over it, and after he did that, he re-recorded vocals over it. So now we're like 4 iPhone layers deep, and then this he sent it to this dude. And this dude records vocals on top of the rough draft. So it is. I promise you, your daughter's not holding nothing from you that you want to hear. I promise you.
It's nothing that are gonna make your ears nice.
You won't hear it,
I
man.
love it.
You won't hear
But
it.
when
It
it's
is
done,
sucks, but
It'll be a
it's
masterpiece.
gonna be fucking beautiful.
Your daughter's got the rough draft.
The issue I have though is that I had a stress my stepkid's he has a stress ball, right?
Yeah.
And it's not just like liquid inside of these things, it's like a gel type deal.
Yeah.
So one day I'm squeezing this just all stressed out from fucking work, and it pops all over my keyboard, and it fried my motherboard too.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I fucking had to rush it over to the computer shop the next day. You don't remember telling me this?
No, I love the story, but like, who the fuck uses a stress ball?
His
You know?
his stepson. He
No,
just said it.
me. My stepson had this.
Yeah,
I had to
he
use it
had
because my
it.
stepson
He
don't
used
use
his
it.
stepson's stress
Stress
ball,
ball.
right?
But his stepson.
He's not stressed. First off, stepson got it great.
His motherfucking son. Just stop saying that.
How old is the child to have stress?
Oh,
Not having. He's not. He doesn't have it. I keep hating this. I'm sorry, but
Jesus,
it's just,
how old is
he's
this
just-
kid?
he loves
Loves
it.
it. He
Direct
loves
stress.
it.
I'm
No,
sorry,
he
guys.
does it as a joke. He loves it as a toy.
He likes having it as a fidget.
Sweeney
Like,
used
yeah.
it as,
you know what I mean? He's a
Sweeney
fidget
used
kid.
it as a mechanism.
Oh, pretend it was my boss's head.
And
Like,
it
shit,
didn't
you know, I'm
hurt.
squeezing it, popped all over my fucking fucking motherboard, fried this bitch. So the next day I had to run into the computer store. I'm gonna screw the bottom. I'm gonna screw the bottom keyboard and shit, trying to like pull pieces out and shit. So I run into the store the next day and was able to save my hard drive, and I was able to get shit off. But the problem is it's like different file types and shit. So I have to pull the guitar off and fucking mix everything. And that's this is the song.
It's
This is that song.
Yeah.
It's a whole fucking thing, and I'm still working on that one. But so we have that one, and then we have another one he sent me today, which it's pretty good. Not pretty good. It's fucking awesome, actually.
Yeah.
It just needs real
It's
recording
just
studio.
recorded off of
It's recorded off an iPhone.
headphones.
Well, I remember you telling me that.
This dude is not even AirPods. He is fucking connected to the phone, holding a microphone like this.
because they have a lag.
Well, that's why I
knows
told him
that.
too. I mean, when we were done with the last podcast, I was like, dude, you know, like I got the soundproof foam in my house now for recording this shit.
Sure.
I have a mic. If you ever need to use it, like, dude, I would love for you to use, even if I can't be in the room and it could be exclusive.
It's not like that. It's not
But,
like that.
no, I'm
But,
fucking
what
with
do you got the one for your daughter?
But-
that is exclusive.
Yeah.
Hold that fucking dearly, like
Hold that dearly.
hold that
good
dear.
song.
Dude,
It's
she
amazing.
doesn't. She will protect it with her life.
Good,
I mean,
but actual recordings, we don't give a fuck.
you don't know how tight they are.
Anybody-
Like she sets her.
My girl.
that's her
My
dude.
girl.
I actually do have a very strict. He'll tell you I have a very strict studio regimen and shit.
Right.
Like, nobody's allowed in there unless they're involved in the fucking mix.
Yeah.
But there is exceptions. If you're gonna film, if you have like you'd be allowed there because you do media and,
Yeah, if
and
there's an
shit like
agenda.
that. If there's an agenda to it, sure. But there's no fucking parties, no girl. I don't care what these rappers
It's
talk
about the music.
We are 34 years old. Like this is straight music
Which
right
is
now.
super,
Like,
which is super lame because if you can afford strippers, you should be allowed to bring them.
no.
Sure, who would?
No, we are doing business here. There's business for businessmen, okay, and women if they should it call for, but
It shouldn't call for.
if it should call for, let's say it should call for business women like singers and shit, like in not strippers, but yes, of course.
We don't like strippers. It was a joke.
Ruin My Life's about a stripper.
A lot of strippers.
It is. Only liked one stripper.
Grab them by the pussy.
Oh hell no.
It's cool to see the process. Like I don't even see much of the process. I just know when he says he's going to Cali, he's making the most of it. He's not just visiting friends and family, because that's what you are. You are family.
Yeah.
And he's not just visiting friends and family. He's going out there with a purpose.
To an extent, though, like it shouldn't feel like work because we're going there to
You're
fucking
doing what you
record
love.
music. We love it. Like it shouldn't feel like because it's not work. We're not getting paid from this shit. We're doing this shit.
And
We
that's
love
what
it.
I was just telling him that on the phone yesterday when we talked. I said, dude, this shouldn't feel like work.
Shouldn't.
It should feel organic. It should feel natural. This is something we all want to do.
And you should take it serious, but not too serious.
Yes,
Yeah.
because at the same time, you don't want to get too serious because right now, none of us are now.
But you
But also
have
they see-
to
but
be
people see through that
serious
shit.
enough
Even when
to
you
where
are something,
like,
people see through that
everybody knows
bullshit.
that we're on the same page.
Yeah.
You know, you have to keep it to where it's like, I don't know. Do you have to be there for an important time? You know, like
You do.
make sure everybody's there on the same page.
Yes.
More?
Yeah, I'll probably do one more.
Do
I'll do
more?
one more Corona.
Okay, man.
I'll do one more too.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Is this the end?
No,
We're
we're
one more Corona. Can we take a piss
Yeah.
break? Can we take a piss break if we're
We
gonna
can take a break if we want.
Do we have a
You
couple
can go
minutes?
let's do it.
A couple minutes?
When are you going to be recording this next album? When are you going to Cali to start
I don't even
getting with the get down?
I don't think we talked about that. I think this is the first time we're going to talk about this. So live
Let's
on
do
air.
it live
do
on
it. Do
air.
it. Do it live.
Unqualified
Let's go.
professionals. You
I'll
can hear
say-
it.
Exclusive.
You want to
It
sing,
would
bro?
be like 7 months though.
Okay.
7 months.
7 months?
Yeah, man. It takes I'm a dad. I got a job.
I gotta make beats still
You know,
too.
nobody
Also,
pays me to do this, so
Yeah.
I gotta pay bills and stuff. So
Well, I just figured a guy like yourself, you're
Actually,
penguin.
this-
no, actually,
well, this is
when
actually
whenever
made of
realistically,
a real penguin.
It's made of bits of real penguin.
I watched the penguin die. So
Whoa, what?
yeah,
plucked him himself.
yeah.
I don't
didn't
think
do
it's
it.
real penguin, man.
It is. It's real penguin.
I petted a penguin
Trust
at the Shed
me.
Aquarium.
Trust.
I did.
Not the penguin I killed. All right.
You went to Antarctica?
This is different.
You really went to Antarctica to
yeah,
kill the
right.
penguin? I know you did.
Yeah.
He did.
No, I petted one.
Yeah, you pet one
At the
out here.
In Chicago, an Antarctica penguin in
domesticate.
Chicago. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Antarctica penguins clearly have more fur.
Hence the fucking fur.
Have
Dude, have you killed a penguin?
No.
I have.
It's my dream
Right.
to kill a bear.
That's weird.
Really?
It's in
No,
your name.
I back
No,
him.
no,
Hell no, I back
like a
him.
full, like
I
a
back him.
full-on fucking black bear. Like I want to kill a bear and like have it as a rug. You know, like them big bears.
As long as you eat the bear, because you gotta utilize all of it.
Yeah,
you gotta utilize all of it.
I'll eat it, but I want to get like a good rug,
Wait,
Yeah, no, I get
you
it.
don't eat
like
bear.
a good bear rug.
Are you kidding
yeah,
me?
you can.
Yeah, you do.
Rogan talks about eating bear all the time.
It'd be beautiful. Are you kidding me?
Super weird.
Yeah, no.
No,
No.
it would taste good.
It'd be what?
How do you think Native Americans? Do you
Do you
think
eat bison?
Americans
Do
only
you ever eat bison?
Yeah.
I'm indigenous.
Right. Well, you thought your whole life you were Mexican until you found out you were Native American.
My cousin took a
This dude.
my cousin,
23andMe saved his life.
My cousin Tiffany took a DNA test, and we thought we were Hispanic our whole lives, right? Cousin took a DNA test. She's like 9% Hispanic, and she's like fucking 38% indigenous.
Dude, I'll never forget the first time he
And we're
told
like,
me
what
that.
the fuck does that mean, dude?
The first time he told me that, he's like, bro, my grandma was making tamales for 30 years. All to find out.
No, his dad-
we're out here. We're Native
My
American.
grandma-
He told me his dad would get all fucking hammered and be like, they took our land.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me. My dad used to always tell me he'd come home hammered, and he'd be like, "You're an Indian.
You're an Indian. No,
They took your land." I'd be like, "Dude, you're fucking
thought he
hammered."
was just drunk.
Dude, he's right.
He was
dude.
being
He's fucking
serious.
right. My grandma didn't even believe him.
She thought,
My dad knew before
Well,
my grandma.
it's like what you said. You're like, dude,
crazy.
I was
Then he knew everything.
she was making tamales for 30 years. The government screwed her.
Dude, she could have been getting fucking
Per
racked.
capita money, dude.
You gotta
Fuck,
think, if my
free college
cousin,
and shit.
if my
goddamn.
cousin's
Oh, man,
30
it's so many
something,
benefits.
if my cousin's 30 something, my grandma's obviously 90 something.
Yeah.
She should be getting fucking paid. She's living in a shack in the hood. You know, it's fucking
Making
crazy.
tamales still.
It's crazy. She wasn't
Dude.
making. Okay, my grandma
Stop
wasn't a
the fucking
tamale maker. All right,
But she did.
my grandma didn't make
But she didn't have
tamales.
Did you
Christmas,
make them
right?
around the holidays?
Yeah.
Then she was a
My grandma
tamale
made
maker.
amazing
She made tamales. That's
Yeah,
true.
She did.
It's true.
I know, but you're like everything.
I'm not saying it was
Every
her.
time he talks about my grandma, he's
I
talking
don't-
about tamales.
I don't mean she's
Yeah,
her
that's
full-time job. I was just saying. I'm sure she was a grandma in her spare time.
Truly, I don't know what her job was. She was a grandma. She's a great person. She was a saint. That's all you need to know, all right? Fuck it. Let's go. Change subject. We don't want to talk about my grandmother no more.
Okay.
Shout out Dave's grandma.
Yeah, shout out to Dave's grandma.
R.I.P.
Oh man, that's. Well, people don't really know what I am either. You're the only one that's like, he's Puerto Rican. You see that's every like he's Puerto Rican.
Well, because people look at you and think you're
Dude,
a white person.
well, I mean, the mullet doesn't help.
Nope.
They
Not doing
immediately
any
pick
favors.
up white trash.
Well, that's what we're going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about it before. You're like, I don't know why you haven't grown the mustache back yet.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
I'm gonna grow the full handlebar.
You know what's crazy? Ever since I had the mustache, every woman that I've dated or been in contact with,
Well-
right? Since the mustache, everyone with the mustache, they're always like, dude, get rid of it, right? It's disgusting. Ew. But I'll see random dudes. I'll be walking in a mall, right?
Dude,
I'll be
that's
in
great.
a
He
mall,
gets this.
and random dudes will be like, bro,
This
that
is just.
mustache,
that's
you
because
know?
this
And
is
I'm
just
like,
the
bro,
beginning.
that, you know what? And to me, that's fucking weird.
But that's-
no,
dude,
dude's wrong, dude.
No,
Yeah,
that's
dude's wrong,
not,
dude.
bro. If the bros,
It's the bros
are
like it.
if the bros are like, bro, the mustache is killing it. Fuck the bitches. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Dude,
you know? I don't give a fuck.
Dude, I get those compliments on
You
the
know,
mullet.
they're gonna, you know, if you don't want it because they got
I was in the grocery
fuck it.
store one time and the dude came up to he was with his wife and he came up to me and he was like, hey bro, I just want to say I really admire that mullet. And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, my wife has not let me get that mullet like that forever. I said, my wife hates it too, but I just did it anyway
you
for the
gotta
bros.
do
And so
gotta do
now I'm gonna do the
You
full
changed that man's
handlebar
life.
white trash.
You think I'm pulling tank
Dude,
with the mustache?
But dude,
I'm not
well,
pulling
what did
tank.
I say the other day?
But the bros love it.
The kid,
So
well,
I'm good with it.
Tim's son. I'm not going to put his name out there because it's we're on the world. But Tim's son,
fucking
we were on
perverts.
FaceTime, and I was like, dude, your mustache is so great. I call it the womb brew. And this dude, Tim's son was like, the womb broom? What's a womb broom?
Yeah, he's a dog.
Stop saying
Dude, dude, Tim was in
hell
the
no.
background like, shut up, Connor. Don't talk about it.
He just told the fucking name.
Oh, hey, if you didn't want to know his name, you know it now.
We can cut that in editing.
We won't.
He's like,
Don't cut it.
We don't
Let
cut
it
it.
go.
Don't cut it. Let it
Let
roll.
it slide.
But dude, it was
This
so
is
funny.
hardcore. This is raw.
Dude, yeah, my
We
mother.
didn't stop at Walgreens before this date. We're here.
No
We're here
prescription
now.
necessary.
No, we're here. No audibles.
So, for everybody that obviously hasn't tuned into the full episode, this episode will get released in a week or two. What do you have to say about your future album, the making of it, all your socials? I want to know everything about you. What you're doing next? What you plan on doing next?
It's gonna be a lot of sex.
A lot of drugs.
No.
Wait, no, we're not doing those either anymore.
No, it's just gonna be.
A lot of rock and roll.
Yeah, it's just gonna be just music. There's no. I don't have a. When I make the first song, that I'm thinking like, wow, this is gonna set it off. Then that'll be the style of it. Right now, right now, just go to SoundCloud and
Search
what is
Dae Dae.
it?
Dae Dae.
What is it?
DAE.
Is that it? No, it's Dae Dae Clip, I think. I'll tell you what. Distract him. Distract him for a second. I'll tell you exactly what it is.
So
But the album, like I said, dude, for anybody that doesn't know it, like I said, SoundCloud, you could go there now and
Yeah,
listen
but-
to it.
So
it's
when
a
I
song
get you the
will
thing,
hear on repeat.
So if you like the album we just dropped right now, then the next one's a mystery because I don't know what it's gonna sound like. I have no idea what I feel like. If I'm gonna be depressed in 3 months, then you're gonna get a sad music. But if I'm gonna be happy and something cool happens, I'm gonna be happy.
Did it?
Yeah, Dae Dae.
Yeah, go
It's
on
right there.
SoundCloud. You type in.
Yeah,
Dae
SoundCloud
Dae.
is Dae Dae.
Yeah,
Dae, it's like
Dae
Dae
Dae.
Dae.
It's me with a Modelo. I'm in
Yeah, that
Cali. There's a cat.
I was on Spotify too.
And
Dude.
a
He's on
fucked up-
Spotify. I forgot it's on
and a
fucking
fucked up
Spotify, dude.
convertible.
It's on
It's on
Spotify?
Spotify. That's we use
Spotify
Spotify
and
too.
SoundCloud.
And that's where it's
Yeah.
yes.
Spotify,
Dude, I wish I
SoundCloud.
knew that. I have a premium subscription. I've been
All right,
listening
well,
on
Spotify, SoundCloud.
All the
type
links-
in
all the
Dae
links
Dae.
will be in the
It's
description.
It's me with the purple hat. There's
You
a
guys got
cat
descriptions?
and a car. It's gonna be great. Cat, car, me, Dae Dae.
You're literally the cat.
And if you like that album, the next one, who knows? It might be fucking.
Yeah.
I might wake up tomorrow.
You're going
and
platinum.
I hope.
Do
I hope,
do a
man.
techno album.
It can happen.
So the
The next one
samples
might be
samples are
techno.
gone.
It's gonna
This
happen.
next one samples are gone. We're just gonna do
Please
straight
don't
from
happen.
scratch. We're gonna go from fucking scratch. I'm gonna do all the beats for this one. He's gonna do all the rapping for this one. No features
Who knows?
like normal. Well, maybe
We'll
we'll
not be rapping.
Maybe we'll be singing. Maybe we'll be talking.
Yeah,
Hey,
might
not
be a
talking. We're not
podcast.
talking.
You know what? This
Might be
next
podcast.
album might be a podcast.
You're listening to the next album. Thank you for tuning
You know
in.
what? The next album might be a podcast. This might be the next album.
Dude, I appreciate you coming out. I
Appreciate
love you to death.
I love you
You're my
more.
brother.
I love you more.
I love you, Sweeney.
Love you, Brittany.
You're my brother. And thank
I
you
love
so
you
much
more.
for double
And he
header.
loves
I love you.
Double
I love you,
header
David.
right
I love
here.
you, David.
He loves you.
6213 Belmont Avenue in Chicago. Come check it out.
Links in the
We were filming
description.
there.
Please check out the links
Dude,
because I don't
amazing.
know them.
Amazing bar.
Amazing.
Amazing bar. Check this place out. Nice, boys.
Can we stay and finish these beers?
Thank you.
Thank you for watching and listening to the Unqualified Professionals. Follow us on SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
That's entertainment.
It's motherfucking Dae Dae. You ask me what I see when I look at you, and I told you forever. Can't believe somebody really loves me. I believe you met every letter. Seemed to be the perfect fit. Thinking that it couldn't get better. Fast forward a couple months. Now I wish I never met her. 'Cause now it's over, and I feel 100 years older. One more time, no thank you. When it's dead, don't resuscitate. Ooh, this is sunny. This is the end. Thanks for the waste of time, my friend. No more pretend. You get no more precious time to spend. No goodbye, no closure. If you're crying and it on my shoulder, this is my heart, can't have it. Should've thought about it before you smashed it. This is the perfect example of giving somebody love when they don't deserve love. I see you every night in my dreams, nightmares. I believe for what we call those things. I'm good, baby. You can keep the memories, but before I let you go, I just thought I'd let you know. Fuck you, it's over. I feel like I just got sober. This ain't love, I hate you. Say you were solid, then I watched them break you. This is the perfect example of giving somebody love when they don't deserve none. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, cause now it's over and I feel 100 years older. One more time, no thank you. When it's dead, don't resuscitate. Boo, this is the perfect example of giving somebody love when they don't deserve none. Dae Dae.